Gabendi have a gala, right? Good evening, good evening, good evening. Good evening, good evening. Yes, this is Lucy Delz. Yeah, we're coming right. Okay. This is Lucy Delz again this evening. Siani Bulis, go ahead on show. This is your show every Tuesday evening from 7 to 8 o'clock. And so get girls in the house. Bonnie.
Good evening to all of our listeners and our viewers on Facebook. Hi, everyone. Welcome. It's your girl, Bonnie. And as Sis Lucy has said, Sikon, we are here and we're going to deal with issues head on. But now it's time for us to.
All right. Sis welcome. Bethunani, i-listeners zethu ngabantu bethu funeka siqiniseke uba before we do anything senza sure uba we are together.
Yes.
Sifikile. Uyoli wethu apha usiphethe kahle. Our Yoli. Usiphethe kahle, our content producer. Usiphethe kahle. Yoli, I think siyavakala ngoku ne?
Yes.
As long as basivakala. Into esifunayo asifuna uthetha sodwa, asifuna uvakala.
Sifuna uvakala.
Yes.
Siyavakala.
Yes. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Xa si-introduce i-topic yethu for this evening. All you need is tough love. All you need is tough love. Yesterday, bekubhizi wethu love is in the air, ini. Yonke lanti imandi, ibomvu, imandi, ipinki, yum. Ezanto zimandi, wonke umuntu uqoma, okay, fine, awufuni ba fine. Senje ba wonke umuntu uva kamandi, But then again, sithi ngoku iphelile loo nto leyo. Uyabona sidlule apho. Make sithethe ngenyani, ne? All you need is tough love. Sizayichaza ke ukubana intoni i-tough love.
Of course. And stay tuned because, son, we've got a packed program for you and Nizoba excited.
All right.
So, Yoli, take us to the news.
Oh, yes. Thank you, Yoli. That's our news bulletin. Sting. Kenya traditional cuisines gets UNESCO recognition. Thanks to these Kenyan farmers' campaigns to improve nutritional knowledge, Kenya has been selected for listing in the Register of Good Safeguarding Practices. The listing aims to protect the intangible cultural heritage, which makes people and communities distinguishable in terms of their history, nationalities, languages, ideology, and values according to UNESCO. It's taken 15 years of collaboration between scientists and communities, including school children, to earn their distinction. Wow, thanks to Kenyans.
And
very clear. This is Jode Kenyanjui's vegetable field. The 61-year-old grows his vegetables organically. He's resisted the use of chemicals. It is thanks to his efforts and those of his colleagues that Kenya's 15-year-long campaign to promote traditional healthy foods, which almost vanished in colonial times, has been recognized by UNESCO. In the olden days, we never sprayed traditional vegetables with pesticides, as they would grow naturally without it. We'd only add a little fertilizer. We also depend on rainfall for water. That is the advantage of traditional vegetables.
Again, during the colonial period, people were brainwashed into believing that what was theirs was not good. And so slowly by slowly, people forgot their own traditional vegetables. They moved into eating cabbages and the kale and the Swiss chard, and almost forgot their traditional vegetables.
Over the years, two local groups, the African Leafy Vegetables Program and the Foodways Program, worked with UNESCO. The project involved popularizing neglected vegetables by publishing information about their nutrition value.
I prefer this type of food because, one, it is nutritious. The second thing, its cholesterol content is low as compared to these other foods from KFC and others.
Traditional food restaurants are the future. I have seen it, and it has worked for me. And what I think is because now people are trying to get away from eating these conventional foods like the junk, and so they're embracing more to this.
Vegetables are an integral part of the Kenyan cuisine. They are loved for being nutritious and affordable.
Wow. Wow. Very impressive. As you all know that it's Black History Month. We still going on with our Black History Month. So on this day, in 1978, Prime Minister B.J. Forster stated that, he was committed in granting independence to the then Southwest Africa, which is now Namibia. So what he really did is that Namibia was colonized by the Germans. So I think when they went to a form of treaty, they decided that, they rather give them grant them the power to be on their own. That's why Namibia is on its own this day. And not only that, on this day in 1986, 20 Black students were admitted to the Pretoria University. Pretoria University developed from Pretoria branch of the Transvaal University of College. The branch was established in 1908 and has since developed into fully functional world-class university. The medium of communication was Afrikaans, and university was exclusively for Afrikaans-speaking population until the mid-80s. On the 15th of February 1986, the university admitted its first 20 Black students, 20 of them. It has since opened various campuses which caters for Black students, and in 2004, it merged with Vista University in Mamelodi. Today, the university has 3 languages of communication, which is Afrikaans, English, and Sepedi. As we continue with our news, today is Single Awareness Day. Yoli, you've indicated that yesterday it was Valentine's Day. So for the single ladies or single guys, today is your day. It's Single Awareness Day. If you're single and you despise Valentine, this day, 15 February, you are recognized. It's perfect day for you to love yourself.
All right. Again, today it's World Hippo Day. World Hippo Day on February 15 celebrates the extraordinary hippopotamus and encourages people to take action to prevent its extinction. Did you know that before 1909, scientists placed hippos in the same group as pigs? Despite their outward similarities with pigs or wild boars, hippopotamuses are closely related to whales, dolphins, and porpoises. Hippos are semi-aquatic mammals that are native to sub-Saharan Africa. They are herbivores and can weigh up to 2,000 kg, making them the 3rd largest land mammal after elephants and rhinos. Hippos are primarily found in rivers, lakes, and mangrove swamps. Then again, Liberation Day in Afghanistan. Liberation Day in Afghanistan is celebrated on February 5th every year to commemorate the final departure of the Soviet army from the country on the same date in 1989.
Wow.
Then we're going to Uboni azokosifundela i-request yethu to our listeners.
Hey, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. And yes, of course, we did request our listeners, those who are interested to give us their stories in their communities, would like to hear your stories. Please, we are interested to hear all of your stories, and whether you live in a township or rural area, we want to hear positive stories that are concerning you in your communities. Please, please, please email us at info@kitngesi.radio.com or contact us via WhatsApp. Our number is 065 970 2707. Or you can call us on 043 012 5009. I'm going to repeat the WhatsApp number once again. Please, please, please send us those VNs, and your VN should not be longer than 2 minutes, please. That number again is 065 970 2707.
All right. Kenar Cares Winter Warmth Drive. Kenar Cares, in partnership with Helping Those in Need, is looking for your help in achieving the success of the Winter Warmth Drive 2022. We played with you to search those boxes and storage bags because someone out there really needs anything warm that you may have at home, just sitting there gathering dust. Winter is no joke when you have nowhere to go to protect you from the cold. We know how lonely it can be, or it can get, when even the elements are working against your well-being. During these tough times, we are attempting to collect 1,000 items to be handed over on the 31st of June 2022. Drop your donations items at Keith Ngesi Radio. That's from number 6 to number 8 Donald Road in Vincent. That's the address. Opposite Game, across the street from Vincent Park in East London. We would love to see the collection stack grow every day to ensure that as many people, as many children, women, and men get to realize a warmer and better winter. Let's make it happen together for those we refuse to live out in the cold. Helping those in need, because KNR cares.
And as we proceed, one of the stories that we've received will follow next. A group from Tanzania, they will tell us their story. Listen to this. We've got a technical hiccup on that. Nothing that our producer cannot sort for us.
Yes.
Yolien, we trust in you. We believe in you. Please, let's go back to the VN.
Okay. Sithe, tough love. Whilst Yoli a busy kwela cala. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Because thina sesifuna uhamba nawe.
We're ready.
If our listeners are responding, so it's important.
Okay.
All
right.
Listen, there it is. Yes.
Molweni, igama lami ndingusivuyile Jack, ndihlala e-Eastern Cape eMdantsane. Mna kunye neesister zam ezimbini nee-friends zethu sikhula sonke, siye sahlala phantsi sajonga iimeko ze-community zethu, sobona safumaniseka uba abantwana abancinci abaku-grade R bayasidinga isandla. So siye safaka isandla ekubapheni iznacks, like into ezifana nokutya kwasekuseni ngamanye amaxesha, nje ii-sandwiches. Loo nto siyicingiswe kuba nathi singabanye kwalapha phakathi kwethu kule group of friends sizi-single parents. So siyayi-understanda into yophangela uphinde ujongane nomntana akukho lula ubuwethu. Uwesi ke abantu abanintsi apha eMdantsane abaphangeli, so uyofumaniseka uba bayabasa esikolweni kunye nezo lunch bakwaziyo uzikhupha, abe ke ugovernment ekhupha ilunch eyi-1 ngexesha elithile. Abanye abakwazi kwa unika abantwana uba baphathe ezikolweni, so siye sincedisane nabo apho. Mhlawumbi around 9 ekuseni or 8 siye sijikele sibanike, and then batye abantwana, and then siphinde sihambe. Loo nto evekini siyenza kabini, ngamanye amaxesha ke siyenza kanye. Iye ixhomekeke kwasemalini cause siye sikhuphe imali kwiimpokotho zethu, nathi asithathi ntweni cause abanye bethu bayaphangela, so baneefemeli, so siye sikhuphe loo nto sinayo. Siyakwazi uyenza once a week or kabini, iye ixhomekeke ngaloo maxesha for uncedisana ne-community yethu. Otherwise umntu nje nofaka isandla kwalapha kuthi singabulela kakhulu. Ndiyabulela.
Well, you've heard it. If you want to be part of this, please send us a WhatsApp on 065 970 2707. As we have said that we've requested, our listeners to share their stories, things that are out of the ordinary, things that are not there on the news. We want to hear them, and we deal with those issues head on. And we head on, Kanti Lucy.
Yes. Thank you so much. Butisi Vuyile, Mdantsane. Siyabulela that abanye abantu bayaqhuba.
Yeah.
Baninzi ke abantu ne abaqhuba eklendo. So of course sinikeza a challenge. But now sithi masingene kwi topic yethu. Sithe all you need is tough love. Besitshilo sathi izolo bekumnandi, wonke umuntu esiva kamandi, ne? But today siya twister nje kancinci sithi all you need is tough love. There's still love at the end, but it's tough one. I sing of body manchi we love, yummy we love. It's tough one. It's a tough love. But omnye umuntu uzawubuza uba okay, yohluka ngantoni? What is tough love? Ne? Mhlambi ke nje omnye umuntu angathi okay, i-tough love ila love uyinikezayo, lumnikayo might not understand because la love angayinidiyo yena mhlambi ngoku aqoma. In fact when ithi love but andifuni loo nto, mna bendiba uluphuma ngoku ndihambe neetshomi zam.
Actually,
it's 10 o'clock in the evening. Suppose ndilele. Now, a parent you are not going anywhere. As my daughter, in fact, wena fast asleep. Ube wena uqoma ndifuna uhamba nantsi imoto ibethe ibhell. Tough love ithi awuyi ndawo. Only later you will realize into yobana jonga. In fact, ndandicinga uba ayingomamam. Ndandicinga uba mna ndiyacatshukelwa apha ekhaya. Tough love. Omnye umuntu ke uzawuthi i-tough love it is a promotion of a person's welfare, especially that of an addict, a child, or a criminal, by enforcing certain constraints on them or requiring them to take responsibility for their action. Ikhona mani into ebendiyifumene njengoba nje ichaza apha, it's a dictionary definition, but omnye uzathi xa ixelela nge-tough love athi jonga, i-tough love yilaa nto uthi xa uyifumene uqonda uba in fact ndibawula ukwazi bakupha ekhaya. Ufumene i-tough love kowenu, ubawula uxelelwa ngumntu afike athi kuwe awungowalapha. I-tough love leyo. I-tough love is not something othi xa uyifumana uqonda uba ndiyayinida. Awuyinidi ngoku wena ngokwakho because you wanted to do something better for yourself xa uzicingela. Sure. But someone else who cares about you ajonge aqonda uba in fact andizovuma ngawe. Only later you then realize. Yebo, So i-tough love ke ayisiyilaa nto uyinidayo besithe izolo ke mosithenge love so ilove nawe uready for yona it's yummy yummy sityisana ii-chocolates siphathelana zonke eza bunch of flowers but ngoku xa sithetha nge-tough love akho bunch of flowers.
Yayiva ke ngoku? Lucy, it's straightforward like that. Ne? For me, mna ne, tough love, it's real love. But for a person whom I'm giving tough love to, ne, baye
Akayiboni ngolo hlobo.
They don't understand. You only realize it later that, you know what, basically, the love that I got, even though it was what we would call tough love, like simple thing like when I discipline a child, I give tough love. But ndukuthatha ndukubeka esifubeni.
Harsh measures.
Ndukuthatha ndukubeka esifubeni because I want you to understand that ewe uburongo. But me saying that you were wrong does not mean that andukuthandi. By me punishing you does not mean that andukuthandi. You know? So tough love, it's iyoyikisa in such a way that xa uyenza wena, the person who's doing it, right? And the person who receives the tough love, uba khona ke ngoku into enza mhlawumbi yi-breakdown in relation because ihambe iye kwi-relationship. Yayiva ne?
Jonga ke sana. Yabona laa nto eza relationship zihamba zifike nasebazalini mos ne ayipheleli only kweza relationships zethu ne nawe as a parent unale relationship with your child ne and kukhona mos ezanto eza stringent rules bezibekwe ngumongameli siqoma jonga once athi stringent uqonda uba andifuni elaa gama andilithandi elaa gama because asifuni into ezawusithayitha yayibona nje so you know la tough discipline kufuneka uyi-exercisile endlini as a parent. You know, abanye abantwana bafuna uphila kamnandi okanye sometimes ube ngathi uyila authoritarian parent yayibona upractice la authoritarian parenting ecaba izinto zonke zingawe because wena it's your house, it's your what, it's your money, it's your whatever, so zonke
your Wi-Fi
yayibona nje so must clean your phone and all of that. So it's not an easy one. Lento sithetha ngayo uyabona even njengoba nje buso utshilo bhoni kwi-relationships akho nto ilula pha because kaloku okokuqala nje you love your partner unconditionally but because kune-tough love up sakuxelela ndithi jonga ayiyo papa because we have to grow stronger up into ebalulekileyo we have to grow stronger in love if asixelelani into yobana jonga asizokhula asikhulisani asizokhula jonga yobana kule nto uyenzayo yofuna uba ngumntana okokoko asizokhula.
And you don't abona ke ngoku ne abelungu but there are 7 reasons as to why the concept of tough love does more harm than
good. Sure.
Then when you look at those things that they've unpacked ne kuthiwa kaloku xa ungayiniki tough love then kufuneka uyazi into yoba there will be that kuzawuba khona that concept yoba ube lo mntu umnikayo angakwazi ufunda bathi ke xa beyikhumsha Lucy incapable of learning. Yayiva so iphindiye kulaa nto ithi tough love, the topic actually talks to something that I think most of our viewers have experienced. That sometimes you think you're giving love, but the love is not perceived when the way that you're giving this love. For this to be 7, then it means that, you know what, it makes one wonder that
okay, humiliating and demeaning, inability to be patient and kind, create shame and guilt, make love seem conditional, increase stress, poor empathy.
Tough love for you, and it looks like a simple topic,
not.
And it's not.
Yeah, Uyoli is gonna show us a video about tough love, and I get stress. betere usuqonda bangaske ndimniki love life funayo ndimiyeke ayoze yelisela uba iza kwenza kusihlale si-right apha si-happy ngokuyibona into yoba ayiyo uqomba hayi wethu ayifuni uba ibe ndim lo ronko
But Lucy, what happens when they realize that
later
actually,
on okay
image ayo video.
okay
There's our image.
okay tough love is the hardest to give Octavia Spencer. Tough love is the hardest to give. Wow. Hey, yabona ke yona. Uchilo apha into bana. Why sichoose le topic? Wathi girls nichoosele ntoni le topic? Why nizobafani emva koba abantu be happy? Are you guys bitter? Are you guys angry? Ikhona into eningayifumananga eniqonda ba ngoku nizawuphelisa le njabulo nifike nizoqeda injabulo but eyona nto ibalulekileyo is that tough love teaches you independence.
Oh yeah.
Uvele ube ngilaa mntu strong, uvele ube ngilaa mntu udisciplined because of the tough love, ne? So it's very important into yobana abantu bakwazi ukuyamkela i-positive criticism. Yabona? Masingayi bantu bafuna unconywa kokoko even if you are wrong. In fact, now uzibona into yobana you've messed up but ufuna kunconywe. Why should we clap hands when you know into yobana you've messed up? Yabona? So masibe ngabantu abakwaziyo ukuyamkela i-defeat.
Yes.
Yabona? So i-tough love yeyona ke izawusenza into yobana sibe right and ke ngoku sesi-ready man ngoku because sinayo i-guest yethu Mostina besithe ayisithi mos abantu abazawuthetha yonke lento ayisithi mos abantu abazeguru ze-life yayibona bakhona abantu abazayo with i-experiences zabo baze bazosibonisa so siza kwamkela i-guest yethu ngathi kuzaba hectic kuzaba busy siza kwamkela i-guest yethu and ke ngoku I just want to warn you our listeners, for the ones that have just joined us, sitting at Tough Love, ungacinga bafana ba since ibe Valentine's Day, sisathetha ngala yami no. Sidlulile apho. We just want to welcome now i-guest yethu. Ngulinse. Kuzaba busy ke, ne? Kulithi kunjalo. It's a confusion wethu. Uyayibona nje? Nibe ne guest engulinse. Sentsho ba omnye kangayifunde ne topic aqonda ba hi guys hello Lindsay hello siyakwamkela welcome you
good evening Lindsay we're good how are you?
Hear me properly?
Yeah we can hear you.
Okay
I'm
Lindsay,
well thank you. If you've got Lindsay, so if you've got earphones or headphones you can use, please use them. It will be much better for sound. But if you don't, that's also fine.
Okay.
If they're close by.
Hello. My earphones ayakhusha. Bluetooth.
Okay. Don't worry. As long as we can see you.
Yeah, we can see you.
We can see you clearly.
I'll try to connect them in any case.
All right. Okay. Lindsay, welcome to our show, to our head-on show. This evening. Every Tuesday we bring someone esimaziyo into yobana irrelevant to the topic.
Oh yeah.
Ibalekile ke into yobana sitsho kwi-listeners zethu ukubana le topic khange ibe lula. It was not even easy to find someone. But bakhona abantu abafana no Lindsay abathi jonga, fine, come, let's talk. Ne? Come. I'm going to share my knowledge. I'm going to share my experiences because into ebalulekileyo into yobana kwi-experiences zam makabe khona umuntu ofundayo, ne? Makabe khona umuntu ozathi kwi-mistakes zam athi jonga, I listened to you the other day when you were on Keith Ngesi radio and then I decided that time that I need a U-turn. Yeah. So thank you so much, Lindsay, for coming here. For someone who's watching and for someone who's listening, and then ithini into yenu girls apho? Lindsay Moshesh, okay. Van der Byl, ithini into? Okay, Lindsay, guys, is an award-winning South African-born social entrepreneur. Ne? She's a motivational speaker. She's a group fitness instructor. We're spinning. We're spinning. You can see now a vest. Okay. Group fitness instructor and ke ngoku senzela stress because abanye abasayi nakulo gym. So when you're talking of spinning, you goodness. Okay, he's an athlete. Zonke I mean ke uLindsay combo, guys. Cyclist still, you know. uLindsay ke guys, zeza boys zisuka from Cape Town to Joburg. Hey, okay.
Cycling.
He's a youth life coach specializing in mentoring teenagers and youth in particular. Okay, ininzi into esinoyithetha ngoLindsay, but let me finalize and say Lindsay has received numerous awards, including 2019 Gauteng Premier's Youth Service and Excellence Award for Sports, Arts and Culture. Welcome. Asinawugqiba uthetha ngawe Lindsay.
Oh yeah.
Masingene man kwitopic yethu, and we just want to welcome you again.
Yeah.
Sithi sizawuncokola. This is not an interview, but this is a chat. I hope your listeners are right in there. Okay, we are covered now when you have your headphones there. Lindsay, we are talking about tough love this evening. According to you, what is tough love? And mhlawumbi ke, also, do you think into yobana parents in the 21st century give tough love to their kids?
So it's not an easy answer, because depending, if I'm in a debate, there's two sides to it. Either side you lean on there are valuable and like comprehensive answers that can go with the side that you're leaning towards. So Manzoibega, in simple terms, I would say that tough love is like money. And the reason I want to say tough love is like money is because money is good for other people, it's bad for other people. We've seen Imali destroy people's lives, and we've seen Imali let people progress in life. I'm sure Nani, you know people that wafumana imali izinto zavela zajiga, and it went south instead of north. And then other people, they made money, and from that they were able to elevate themselves. So depending on the side of the fence you lean, that will determine whether tough love is a good thing or whether it's a bad thing. And to take it even further and make another analogy is to say that if I'm on a fingerprint, I'm a fingerprint which is funny. So the reason why I want to say that is that we can all be playing in the same team. As City Bafana, maybe we have 11 players on the field. There are those players who don't respond when you speak rough to them, because that's not how their brain works. Then when you speak nicely to them, there's no response. And that's where the real performance comes out. So I think what tough love requires, before you can actually decide whether is tough love or you're just going to give them love, you need to understand who it is that you want to give this love to. Because if you don't understand the person, you might be misdiagnosing the person. So I think that is my answer in short. Do it tough love here.
Hi Jonga. I understand it. And then ngokokujonga kwakho, when you look around, do you think into yobana tough love is exercised, especially kule 21st century parents, especially the single parents? I'm challenging I'm challenging the single parents there. I know banza ubethwa, but then again, there are reasons for that. You know, when you look around, ne, ujonge into yobana parents, especially the single parents, are they able to exercise that tough love? Okanye is it something a common na kubo to do?
So also I think a lot of the problems Zangu is the fact that, and I'm going to be very blunt, parents don't raise the kids anymore. The kids raise themselves. Bas kulisa ku TikTok, bas kulisa ku Facebook, bas kulisa ku Instagram, and then when a lot of time has gone past, and this thing Africans but die boompie terwyl hy kan. Basho ke you must go beside the tree while it still can, because once that tree gets the roots start forming, it becomes difficult to bend that tree. So parents in today's age, they allow the kids to do all these things for many years and then get shocked after 15 years ukuthi hawu umntana wami lo wenza lezi zinto, and it's too late then for them to reverse that. So the first problem before we can even get to the tough love part is that parents don't raise kids anymore. Thina besiyazi whether bekunzima endlini, the parent was there because there was no social media. There was no, when they said you are grounded, you are not grounded with your phone. They say we are rooming, you connect to Wi-Fi, you into that. No, you were bored. You had to take a book and read, or you had to do some schoolwork. It wasn't like how it is now. So it's also something. Hence this the topic, as simple as it might seem, it has a lot of complexities that surround it, and you can literally go on series and series covering the different elements of it. But Mina, what I would like to say is that, like I said previously as well, you need to understand the type of child that you are raising before you're going to decide whether it's going to be tough love. Because tough love, the way we see it, Tina, you must be masculine and you must be rough, and you must. Sometimes tough love is just taking the phone away, because you know now just by confiscating your phone, you've taken that child's whole world away, and they will do anything to get that phone back, and you then put them in line. That it can also be a sense of tough love for certain kids, but for other kids, I ufuna umbambe ngezandla. And unfortunately, those are of a tough love.
Tell us, Lindsay, Tony, what is your own personal experience of tough love? If you can share with us that.
So the tough love part that stands out. There's been numerous over my lifespan. But the one that stands out was when I was still in Safunda, Alphendale, Vergenoeg. So we were in standard 8, grade 10. Yeah, I think it was
grade 10. Yeah.
What happened was there was a group of us as friends. Basically, we were just being normal high school young boys. And what struck me was that I always thought ukuthi lo teacher akantandi akanifuni, so I also had that attitude ukuthi anandaba naye. But I never realized that what she saw back then is what I see in myself now, but back then I couldn't see it. And you know, we would get into trouble, and the one day where we were in serious trouble, like it was literally office matters, and there was about 8 of us. 7 of them were allowed to go back to class. I was the only one being chigise kumnyang. But you know, everyone else in the class, you go home, go fetch your grandmother. So I was like, hi, but I wasn't alone when we did this thing. Why must it only be me that must go fetch my grandmother? And anyway, I had to go home, and for my grandmother to have come to work to school would have meant that agayem sebenzini. Because normally behamba 6:30 isikolo uqala ngo-8. It meant that you must stay home and then we go to school. So that's just a whole inconvenience. But You know, even I've got the teacher on my Facebook now as well, and you know, every time I get a chance, like I send a message because I appreciate Tuguti. She was a visionary. She didn't even have to talk a lot. All she had to say is, "Go home, go fetch your parents. Everyone else go back to class." So I realize now that, and now yeah, Shuguti, you know what? You were doing all these things, going towards a life that we know apha ngaphandle. And for me, that just didn't sit well with me. It wasn't something that I felt was meant for you. So that's the reason why I always insisted, Uguti, when I'm gonna be hard on you, I'm gonna
Wow.
inconvenience you because I expect a little more from you, your way of thinking, the way you speak. There's it's gonna be a tragedy if you end up a Lokshin. There's a
Oh,
bigger world out there for you. You understand? So, like I'm saying now, when I look back at it, and I'm like, yes, and as wrong as it sounds, like utitshara benganandaba nabanye abantwana, she literally just wanted to see me succeed. And I think that for me was tough love, because I literally went from being someone who hated the teacher, or in fact, so I thought I hated her, but it was just that inconvenience that made me think, no, you know what, this teacher doesn't like me, she's always on my case and stuff like that. But that's actually the
wow.
one that pushed me towards the direction where I am now. So whenever I look back, that is the one incident that stands out the most. And like you were all also saying, Sispon, you know, when someone gets, if you're giving tough love to the right person, because abantu, they are soft at nature, and they are fragile, they break easily. Then you find abantu bafana njengathi nenkani, we are very hard, we don't break easily. So for
Before
us,
you even proceed.
you understand, we need that tough love, and
Yeah.
because we are always in defense mode, we are always in attack mode. When you come for us, we come for you. We are not gonna shrink because yes. So we
Okay.
need a bit more masculine, tough love with a bit of a raised voice, so that
Yeah.
not so okay, no, it's fine. So you think this of me, ngizokubonisa. You think this of me, ngizokubonisa. So there's always that fight back, but you're not going to get the fight back from everybody.
Listen, I think one of the things that we saw on your profile was that, and one of the things that I would like you to share with us is that on your profile you did mention that you started drinking at a very early age, ne? Addicted to alcohol. How did you find yourself in that position? I think it's one of the things that, you know, plays in the back of my mind. Was it too much love or lack of love, or just a child wanting attention when that was happening?
I'd actually say none of that. I'd really honestly say none of that.
Okay.
So also based on the topic, I would say I experienced tough love, and as his booty. So when my mom was pregnant, she was 16 years old. So my mom was a 16-year-old teenager. She was 17 when she had me. It's Teta 1985. It was not fashionable to even walk around in a sisu. So as a result, even today, many people know I call my mother on her name, not because I disrespect her, but because there's such a short gap between us in terms of age. My mom is 17 years older than me. And we grew up in a house where my granny was actually my mother and my mother was my sister. So, you know, I say this, Uguti, I've always experienced it, and there are here and there things that stand out for me. But coming back, I've never, there's certain luxuries that I've never had, and I never will. I'll never ever have it in my life. And to some other people, it might be a norm. To me, it's a luxury. I've never ever seen a photo of my father and my mother together. I've never seen I've never known of a situation where my father and my mother were in the same city. They were always 300 kilometers apart. It's either I go and I go visit by my father, or I go visit by I'm home staying with my mother and him. So it was never anything like with me. My mother only took me to school the first day of my schooling, 1992. So every day when people would, when the kids would get fetched at school, I would have to find my own way. So now I always grew up with anger. How? Why can't I be fetched by my parents? Why can't my father and my mother not be around? You start developing a lot of resentment. What did I do wrong? And you start blaming yourself. You understand? As cooler.
Sure.
But in the same breath as well, from my father's side, my father, Lucy Moshesh, I have taken on my paternal side, but my father was never there for me. Let's not lie about it. Utatam has never even bought me ndisho a stock suite in Piloniak, and he's not around, so he never ever will. And that's why I'm saying it's a luxury that I'll never have. So I never even if him and my mother were to be civil and good to each other again, they can't get together because you understand what I'm saying. So it's something that's gone, and those are certain things that I need to prevent. That's why even at my age, I don't have kids, because I just feel that there are certain people that will not withstand the journey that I've been through. A lot of the things that I've been through have killed other people. So I still have that fear of bringing a seed into this world. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So for me, all that building up, and because Umakul is from my father's side, had everything, literally had everything monetary wise. So she would, whatever she did, covered the fact that my father wasn't there. So he was always covered by a mother who had means, and you know, that's why I said in the beginning, it's like money. Money can be good to some, it can be bad to others. So paternally, I grew up in a family that had literally a lot of money, and I don't mean to be demeaning or anything, but when black people saw swimming pools on TV, at my father's house, we had a swimming pool, we had cars. My father in his 20s had a caravan and a car. When most people, and I'm saying during those years in the Transkei, the only time black people really drove cars was when they were driving the works cars. My father's a young man. He used to just hook his caravan and go wherever. He could go to another city, just park his caravan for 6 months at a place and then live there. So that was the type of life that my granny gave my father. So he was literally covered with everything. But
Lindsay.
in 95, that's when things started going down for my father. And it literally broke him because the source of the funding of his life was no longer there. And he was not taught to fend for himself. So that was ironically the year that I started drinking. I started drinking in 1995.
How old
I was
were you
10
then?
years old. Yeah, I was 10 years old. And it was alone 85. So in 95, I started drinking. And, you know, only now in hindsight do I actually realize that I was suffering from depression at a very young age, because one of the other things that made my granny's passing very hard on me was the fact that I was in the process of relocating to go stay with her in Mthatha. And she passed literally 2 weeks before I was supposed to move. And the move never materialized because my mother had said that your father won't be able to look after you. If your granny was still around, you could have went, but now she's no longer there, so you can't go.
Wow.
So I think that had always played on me, but at the time I didn't know, because what would a 10-year-old know about depression? But if I look back now and I look back at the time that it happened, and the age at which it happened, it comes back to depression. And you know, we come from environments where, and I always fight it to say that in our communities, it's easier to get vices. Utshwala is cheap, cigarette is cheap, daga zol, yonke into is cheap. But an ordinary book, just to read a proper, decent, average book, costs 300 rand. Mofuni case Yamapia, it's about 150 rand, 170 rand. So those kind of things work on the young brain. And as much as parents don't see this thing, the billboards is a look. It's not the same billboards that you find in the suburbs. And these billboards are crafted by the graphic designers. All these colors, they work. They start becoming more appealing, and alcohol and so forth starts becoming appealing to young people. And I think that's where we are losing the plot, and we're losing our community to all these vices. So yeah, I think for me,
I think, Lindsay, there's a lot that we need from you. I think Asenzanga justice.
No.
I'm listening to him. I have a lot to ask him. But as I was listening, I'm saying, no, I can't say Mageme because he has to say this. We are born. It's important. And Ndiacela aphinda abuye. We need him to come back.
Yeah.
Because there are a lot of things as Tetile Ngok. Asenzanga justice at all topic. Because we still want to know the relationship that you have with your mother. As yena ebe a single parent. Because you know what?
I think that
they were married.
No, they were not.
Yeah.
But also our topics, Linz, as I've explained to you, that they are causing a ripple effect. What you're talking about, you actually leading away with the next topic. So that's why we would like for you to come back and share with us, because now you
because it means and as we are listening to you, we can relate. Some of us have kids. Some of us single parents.
Oh, yeah.
Some of us were single parents, and our listeners there, abanye bathi bring it on, Lindsay, because as izinto that you are talking about wena ngoku, ayizozinto that one can just share, especially males.
Yeah.
Males don't talk. We don't know how you guys feel about izinto and the events ezenzekayo emakhayeni. Uyabona? So I'm saying, please, Uyoli will then bring you back up. Actually, sizakubuza nje ngoku because sifuna into yobana also sifuna the relationship that you had with your mother when you were growing. We know that kangakulanda esikolweni, and yena, she was there doing something else. I think it's for your own benefit. Meanwhile, when you are there at school, you want someone to fetch you. I want my mom to come and fetch me. Yeah, now she's busy working. Or she was at school also for Uber as olungiselela wena future yakho. And so
no, and in Jalo, because you sometimes get, especially on Mondays. I used to hate Mondays school, because on Mondays is when the kids will come. What did teacher Magabuza? What did you do over the weekend? No, me and my mom and my dad, we went to the pools. When now booze to mom not at Wakobapi. When now
it's my granny. It's my granny.
Because there's nothing to share. Uzidlalela noma mkhulu wakho lapho, uzidlala estrateni with the tires and the broomsticks.
Our time is up.
Our time is up. There's also an important aspect oiveleleyo. What, you don't have kids for a reason. Changa, you are brave.
Yeah.
When you are a great man. Ndifuna ubasiphinde sithethe because there's a lot that we're going to gain from you.
Yeah.
Ezinye izinto we think into yobana siyazazi. In fact, we know nothing until we get someone who has been there, who can share their own experience, and then we understand oh, okay. Because now when Ayoli as a girlfriend or as a partner, you so badly want a child and you don't understand. And he's saying, no, I don't want. So as we are saying, okay, fine. Sometimes the background, guys, we need to hlala phansi and we understand each other.
Yeah.
So I'm saying, guys, there's a lot. Lindsay? Thanks a lot.
Just
Definitely.
in
Thank you,
closing,
thank you, thank you.
Yes,
just
in
in
closing.
closing, kule
Yes.
topic sisilo sathetha ngayo ukuthi for even the guys who don't have kids yet, they don't feel pressured. Funa kumfundi
Ewe.
ufind out ukuthi i-CV yakhe ithini.
Ithini?
Lindsay inspires.
Those red flags, you'll become a statistic now.
Yo.
Linzito inspires. They don't call him Linzito for nothing. Thank you very much, big men, for bracing us today. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes, we're going to invite you back into the program. Good evening or good night to all of our listeners and viewers. Lucy?
Thank you so much, Mna Chonga.
Bye.
I'm ready. I'm ready for our next topic. I'm ready to see you here because I think there's a lot.
Oksala,
Yeah. I think we'll have more time. We'll ask our producer. We want more time. We want more time with you. To our listeners out there, thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Linz.
See you again next week.
Interesting conversations.
We
Sorry,
know
Yoli.
we only have about 3 minutes now.
No, singayivala iquiz yethu uLindsay uhambe nathi wasithatha nje somewhere else.
We just need those closing comments.
There was just a one-way ticket. We can return.
Besingazokwazi because Bonnie nawe Yoli as topics izinjena asizifumani all the time.
No.
Ne abantu abazi males abathet ne abekho open about indlela abafilisha ngayo. And so when you get someone who's willing to talk, you cannot help but listen.
Talk.
You know,
Ask questions.
you know, and also these are our partners.
Oh yeah.
Ne? These are our brothers. Ne? These are our spouses. So you want to understand their challenges. Sometimes you might not understand leyakho, ne? So xa udibana ke ngoku nomuntu efana noLindsay othethayo, ne? Then uqona, oh, no wonder. That's why we have these topics. Head on. We want to tackle the issues head on. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much
for bringing Lindsay to our show. And I think also listeners zethu sifundile, though it was a short time. But you know, like content heavy, you feel by it's a short time. But I know, but it's not a short time. But content heavy. Thank you so much, guys. Nanko Unkuli. I thank you so much, Nkuli.
Thank you, Nkuli.
Next week sizawucela man. Uphinde usiphathele so that sizokwazi udlula kahle. Sizazi ba siright na le topic asiphinde sithethe ngayo. Thank you so much to our listeners out there. See you again same time next week on Tuesday. That is from 7 o'clock to 8 o'clock.
Thank you very much, our viewers and our listeners. We love you. Please, please, please tune in next week, same time. Thank you.
Thank you.